Welcome to this sitting meditation, Awareness of Thoughts. The intention of this meditation is that we're exploring looking at thoughts rather than from thoughts, coming back to the body in the present moment and practicing relating to thoughts similarly to how we relate to sounds, seeing them arising and passing away. And our attention will be on noticing recurring patterns in the mind and body in relationship to the thoughts, and with attitudes of non-judgment and kindness, opening to a sense of acceptance, and with a beginner's mind, bringing curiosity. So let's begin by finding a comfortable position in a chair or on a cushion, perhaps feeling the ground beneath our feet, contact with what we're sitting on, spine growing tall, head balanced on top of the spine, and allowing the hands to rest on the lap or thighs, whichever is most comfortable, and allowing the body to become still. Not leaning into or moving away from anything, simply present with and open to what is happening now as we encounter them. And as we practice this meditation, remembering if at any time the sensations in the body become too uncomfortable or thoughts or emotions arise that are too difficult, it's always possible to come back to the breath or sensations in the feet or the hands as an anchor until we're ready to venture into the meditation again. So when it feels right for you, moving your awareness to noticing the breath. Where is the body breathing in this moment? How is the breath? And as best you can, following each breath, breath coming in, going out. Noticing there's a beginning, a middle, and an end of the in-breath, and a beginning, middle, and end of the out-breath. Perhaps sensing the rise and fall of your chest or your tummy. Feeling the movement of the breath. And if your attention has wandered from the breath, which it will, it's what minds do, gently but firmly practicing coming back, making the breath the centre and the focus of our attention. Breath coming in and out. Perhaps noticing a slight pause between the breaths. And now, when you're ready, expanding your attention beyond the breath to include the entire body sitting here, becoming aware of sensations in the body. Maybe sensations of contact with the chair or the cushion. Perhaps the touch of your clothes, or how your hands feel, or your feet. Sensations of temperature. And noticing how sensations sometimes stay just a short while, other times they're longer. Noticing the sensations like the breath have a beginning, a middle and an end. Staying in touch with sensations in the body as you sit. And if your attention wanders, noticing this and making a choice to bring it back with care and kindness to awareness of the body. Exploring a sensation. What is this? Perhaps if there's an area of tension or tightness, imagining you could breathe into that area. And now allowing your attention to shift from the breath and the body to the sense of hearing. What sounds are there here? Listening to the sounds or to the silence. Noticing how sounds come and go. Noticing any tendency to label the sounds. See if you can simply hear the sounds for what it is. Noticing the volume or the pitch or the rhythm. Noticing any tendency to want the sounds to be different. All part of the present experience. If the mind wanders, simply bringing it back to listening to any sounds that are here. Perhaps going further into a sound. What else is in this sound? Are the sounds changing in intensity? Noticing that like the breath, like the sensations in the body, the sounds have a beginning, a middle and an end. Coming, staying a while and going. And when you're ready now, letting go of the sounds, allowing attention to shift from the changing patterns of sensations and sounds, letting it expand into the realm of thinking, of thought. Practicing seeing thoughts not as distractions, but rather bringing our awareness to the thinking process itself. What thoughts are there? Are they coming fast or slow? Do they seem heavy or light? And noticing how thoughts, just like sensations and sounds, arise, stay for a while, and then dissolve. They too have a beginning, a middle and an end. Practicing labelling the thoughts, perhaps. Planning, worrying, remembering, daydreaming. And if we notice we're carried away with the current thoughts, practicing coming back to observing thoughts as separate elements that come and go. Maybe saying, hello thought, goodbye thought, I can see you thought. And now perhaps imagining the thoughts are like leaves on a stream. So some people find it helpful to use images and metaphors for thoughts. So if this resonates for you, experiment with it. If it doesn't, see if you can simply just watch the thoughts. But perhaps imagining that you're sitting on a rock on the edge of a stream, looking at the water, and the leaves, which are our thoughts, are dropping down from a tree into the water, and we're watching the leaves as they pass by in the stream. Seeing each leaf as a thought. Maybe it's a thought about doing this exercise. Maybe the thoughts, the leaves are rushing through the stream, or maybe they're coming quite slowly. Perhaps the leaves have got words written on them to represent the thoughts. As best we can, imagining our thoughts, each one as a leaf, going along the stream. And now letting go of this image and gently coming back to the body sitting here, breathing, practicing following the breath, rolling in and the breath rolling out, bringing awareness to your breath. And now imagining another image, the sky and clouds, as if our sky is like our mind, and the clouds are the various thoughts coming and going. Some may be small white clouds, others may be big black thunder clouds. Perhaps some might be so big they cover the whole sky. So experimenting with this idea. When you notice a thought, picturing it as a cloud, and follow it as it crosses the sky or dissolves. Noticing if you've got caught up in any of the thoughts, and coming back as best you can to observing it as a cloud in the sky. Perhaps it's a whole bunch of thoughts that are clouds all gathered together, or single thoughts. Observing the thoughts as events that come and go in the mind, practicing looking at the thoughts. And now letting go of that image and coming back to the body sitting here breathing, practicing following the breath, rolling in and rolling out. And if the thoughts or emotions carry us away, simply coming back now to focusing on the breath. following the breath. And moving on now, if you care to, into a choiceless awareness. Not choosing to bring your attention to anything in particular, simply sitting here, fully aware of whatever is presenting itself to you in each moment. Sitting in stillness with whatever comes and goes. Maybe a sound, or a body sensation, or a thought, or an emotion. And simply staying with that experience, being with it, exploring it, until something else presents itself to you. And then exploring that. If the mind has wandered off into some thoughts, noticing the thoughts. If that thought was a cloud or a leaf on a stream, what would it be like? As best you can, staying with the present moment experience, with kindness and gentleness. And now expanding, bringing the attention to include the entire body sitting here, from the soles of the feet to the top of the head. Being present to the totality of the experience of sitting here in this moment. Sensing the body sitting here, breathing. Exploring the experience of our very alive bodies. All the sensations with the thoughts and emotions as well. Practicing allowing ourselves to be exactly as we are. And now grounding ourselves, earthing ourselves. Breathing in and breathing out down into the ground. Breathing in and breathing out down into the earth, earthing ourselves. And remembering that practicing in this way helps create a wider, deeper, more open way of being in our life, in which we can see more clearly and make more conscious choices for health and well-being. Breathing in, breathing out, down into the ground. And now gently turning our awareness to sounds in the room, outside the room. Perhaps starting to move and stretch in any way that feels good right now. The meditation is complete.